Okay, so we've got a completely blank patch set up here. You can see how to do that in another video. There's nothing assigned to any of the pads. Again, so that you can see the pads and the display on the same piece of video, we're just going to use these 3 pads rather than all the pads on the SPD-S, but the principle is exactly the same for all of them. So, to start assigning samples, we'll go into Edit, and you can see the display says Wave A, so it wants to know what the first sample that's going to be on pad number 7 is. And we'll press Enter. And because this is a completely new patch, there's nothing already assigned. So, if we use the plus button here, we can go up the samples that are already built into the SPD-S. And if we want to hear them, we can just use the play button here. Press it again to stop. If we want to go up more than one sample at a time, we can hold the Shift key down and press the plus button or the minus button to go up or down 10 samples at a time. Let's try that one. Reverse laser, okay. So let's assign something to a different pad. We can either tap the pad to select it, or if we go back to the pad number 7 again, to go back to pad 8 we can use the Shift and the right button, and if you watch the display you'll see it change to pad number 8. So you have a choice of how you select the pads, either tap them or use Shift and the left and right arrow keys. Again, pad number 8 has nothing assigned to it, so we're going to choose a sample. We'll go up 10 samples at a time, and we'll try that one, number 40 Sparks. And we'll assign one final sample to pad number 9, so rather than tapping it again, I'll use that Shift right key to choose pad 9, nothing assigned already. We'll go up, we'll have that particular sample. What does that sound like? Okay, stop that. So we've assigned 3 different samples to 3 different pads, and you can go on like this, assigning samples to every single pad. If you're going to be using external pads plugged into the SPD-S, but you don't have them plugged in while you're editing the patches, you can choose those external triggers by using the Shift key and going to the right of number 9, and you'll see trigger 1 lights up. And again, if we do Shift right, one more time, it goes to trigger 2. So you can assign samples to external pads without having to have them plugged in just now. So we've assigned our samples to our pads. All we need to do now to save it is to press Exit a few times. You see it goes back to Wave A, then says Now Writing, and we're back to where we started from with patch number 105, New Patch. But we can test that the samples have been assigned by just hitting the pads. Remember, we can always stop a sample by pressing this old sound off button. So in its simplest form, that's how you assign different samples to the different pads.